Welcome to Straight Shooting Outdoors. Today we're going over the tight spot quiver. So I got the tight spot quiver here. This is an awesome quiver. I highly recommend it. It retails for around $189 Canadian. It is worth every penny in my opinion. I'll give you some things I like about it, and I think there's only one or two things I dislike about it. So let's dive right into it. So one of the nice things is it fits different sized arrows into it. So I got a standard size arrow right here in here and a micro diameter arrow in here. It's got little plastic pieces you can screw into the rubber that tighten the rubber grips, and so it's nice that you can have the option to fit different sized arrows into the quiver without having to go to a different quiver. Most quivers don't fit the micro diameter arrows, so it's nice that they have thought of that here. The quick attachment to a bow is nice. You just pull up on there, it slides away from the bow. Some people don't like to shoot with the quiver on. I personally leave mine on all the time. It doesn't bother me. This one rides pretty tight to the bow. I'll show you that here in a second. The little holes that you slide the actual arrow into in the top are nice and tight. I'd say they're almost too tight. I don't push my arrow all the way into it. It's almost too tight to get out of it. But that's probably just being a little too picky. This is rubber, so it's the hood protector, I guess you could call it. The inside the hood here is rubber, so that it's not going to make a bunch of noise when you're putting your arrows in and out. There's another rubber here to stop any sort of wiggling on your arrows. They also have another rubber dampener here in case it comes in contact with your bow at all. Mine is pretty clear, so I don't really need this rubber dampener part here. The other nice thing is where it mounts to your bow right here, there's four Allen key screws, or 4 screws for an Allen key. You can slide up and down on these two shafts of the quiver to place exactly where you want. So it rides pretty nice to the bow itself. Slides on like so. You push that lever back down and it's on there. It's not going anywhere. It's nice, low profile. Nice low profile on there, so it's not sticking out, catching on other stuff. Pretty well balanced, I would say, as well. So they just did a really good job on this quiver. It sits pretty good. It feels like it's well made. It bolts on here and then sits back away from the bolt-on bracket, which is nice because most quivers that I had on before won't work with my Spot Hog Fast Eddy sight. It's in the way of the dial. So this sitting back on the bow a fairways is nice. It's out of the way. I got clearance to move my dial from my sight and all that. My other quiver was resting against it, and I shouldn't say I couldn't adjust the dial, but it made it more difficult to adjust the dial. So now using this and having everything pushed farther back, it's definitely out of the way. It's low profile there. It sits nice on the bow. It's not sticking high up. Like I said before, I can adjust how high up my quiver sits if I want to move it down. But right now it rides pretty good. It is pretty pricey. It retails for $189 Canadian. So that's quite a price to spend on a quiver. Highly recommend this product. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Straight Shooting Outdoors.